The first announcement is to inform Honorable Members the report on Oyo State's Real Properties Protection Bill 2023 immediately after today's sitting. Members are joined to attend punctually, please. Honorable O.S. Owolabi, Honorable A.A. Onalapo, Honorable B.G. Adebayo, Honorable O.T. Kendi, Honorable Mrs. O.C. Olajide, Honorable O.A. Omikunle. Signed by the Chairman of the Committee, Honorable B.O. Adiola, representing Iseyin Iteswaju. Second announcement is to inform honorable members of the Joint Committee on Finance, Appropriation and Economic Planning and Commerce and Cooperative that they will be sitting immediately after today's plenary at the Conference Room, New Office Complex, Oyo State House of Assembly. The underlisted honorable members should please kindly note and attend punctually. Honorable Mrs. O.C. Olajide Badonot, Vice Chairman, Honorable S.A. Onalapo Bumosho, Honorable O.A. Olabi Badonot is 2, Honorable M.O. Abiola Akinyele 1, Honorable M. Aziz Kajola, Honorable J.A. Ogudele Orire, Honorable W.A. Salami Irepo Ogu, Olorunshogo, Honorable G.J. Oyikola Atiba, Honorable O.C. Rahman, Oyo East, Oyo West, Honorable M.O. Akonde, Ibadan South East, Honorable W.A. Akintayo Oluyole, Honorable O.M. Michael Ogumosho North, signed both by the Chairman, Finance, Appropriation and Economic Planning, Honorable O.S. Babalola, representing Egbeda, and Chairman, Commerce and Cooperatives, Honorable R.A. Mabaje, representing Edo Constituency. Another announcement is to announce the courtesy visit that was paid to the Oyo State House of Assembly by 3 Right Honorable Speakers from the Southwest, namely Right Honorable Barrister Adeoye Stephen Aribasoye, representing the Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Chief Olamide Oladiji Adesomi, that's the Speaker of Ondo State House of Assembly, and Right Honorable Adewale Olumide Egbedun, who is the Speaker of Osun State House of Assembly. Also in the entourage was the Majority Leader of Ekiti State House of Assembly, Honorable Engineer Tolulope Ige. Also the Majority Leader Ogun Mo Lasui. Also in the entourage was the Majority Leader of Osun, Honorable Koforola Babajide Adewumi. Also, the Deputy Majority Leaders were present, Honorable Adekunle Emmanuel Oladimeji, Deputy Majority Leader of Osun, the Minority Leader of Ekiti East, Honorable Dele Ogun Sakin, also was present in the entourage, and also the Deputy Minority Leader of Ondo, Honorable Raymond Oluwatoyin Daudu. Members representing the Honorable Babafemi Fatunla, Honorable Ayodeji Adegbite, Honorable Idowu Odebumi, and Right Honorable Akeem Jamiu, who was the former Deputy Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly. I believe for now, that is all for announcements. Next item.
Mr. Speaker, the esteemed colleague. Next item on the order paper is petition.
No petitions.
Next item is matter of urgent public importance, Mr. Speaker.
I believe there's a matter of public urgent importance.
Yes,
urgent public importance.
There is one, sir.
Yes. Honorable Ogundele, please present your matter of urgent public importance.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, my names are Honorable Ogundele Johnson Akintola, Orire State Constituency. Matter of urgent public importance. Urgent need to abate recurring incidents of attacks and killings of innocent citizens of adjoining communities in Orire local government by suspected Fulani herdsmen, and call for serious cautions and decisive steps by security agency. Honorable J. Ogundele Orire, the House to note the unfortunate incident of serious and persistent attacks of my constituents by some suspected herdsmen that cut across some villages and communities in the last few days within this month of January 2024 in Orire local government. It is a known fact that Orire local government is an agrarian local government with proliferations of Fulani herders from time immemorial and historical antecedents of incidents of farmers' herders clash, which have been successfully managed by community leaders and government over the years for peaceful coexistence among inhabitants in the area. The House to aware that 2 incidents of attacks and killings of innocent people by Fulani herders occurs within a space of 9 days in Orire local government, precisely on Sunday, 21st January 2024, at about 8 p.m. Max Amusa Karim and Ojonla Karim were reportedly attacked by 10 suspected Fulani herdsmen on their way to Kambi along Aladere Onikoko village. The victims were serially macheted by these suspected Fulanis. Mr. Speaker, sir, the victims are receiving treatment at Bowen University Teaching Hospital, Ogbomoso, for sustaining serious injuries. I have also visited the victims in the hospital for on-the-spot assessment, and it is disheartening to inform this House that one of the victims, Mr. Amusa Karim, got his hand cut off completely by the herders. This is absolutely inhuman and barbaric in a civilized world like ours. Although the matter had been reported, referred, and being handled presently by the Oyo State Police Command, Eleyele, Ibadan. With 1 Fulani herders arrested for investigation in connection with this disgusting act. For the House to further aware that another incident of attack that led to the loss of innocent life occurred just yesterday morning, Monday, 29th January 2024, at about 9 a.m. It was equally gathered that on that faithful, one pastor, Segun Adegboyega of CAC Church, Gege Village, in Orire local government, had an altercation with Fulani herders instructing him to redirect his cattle towards another direction and not to the community. This led to serious argument, according to the report. Eventually, Pastor Segun Adegboyega was macheted to death by the Fulani in the presence of the seedlings. Sadly, the body of the deceased had been deposited at Bowen Teaching Hospital, Ogbomoso. When the incident happened, the people of the affected community apprehended 3 Fulani herders and were taken to the palace of Son of Ogbomoso, His Royal Majesty Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, the Orumagege III, calmed the people down not to overreact and taking laws into their hands, which yielded positive results. Eventually, through the intervention of Son of Ogbomoso, the matter was timely reported to the Office of Area Commander, Ogbomoso, for further investigation on the matter by the police. They have to observe that these continuous incidents of attacks and killings of innocents by Fulani herders in our various communities, especially in Orire local government, need to be nipped in the bud, and decisive steps by security agencies in the state should be of utmost priority in order to stop the maniacs. Resolved that this honorable house, 1, commend His Royal Majesty Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye Rumagege III for his fatherly role in calming the situations and preventing reprisal attacks over the killings of Pastor Segun Adegboyega by suspected Fulani herdsmen. Kí adé kó pẹ́ lórí, kí bàtà kó pẹ́ ní ẹsẹ̀, kí ẹṣin ọba jẹ kó pẹ́ pẹ́. 2. Direct the Committee on Security and Strategy to conduct comprehensive investigation on the matter, interface with the police to get justice for the family of deceased, other 15 being hospitalized at Bowen University Teaching Hospital, and report to the House. 3rd, direct the chairman and officials of Orire local government to condole with the family of the deceased and give succor and assistance to his wife, Mrs. Funke Adegboyega, and 3 children left behind, as well as those presently in the hospital for treatment. Lastly, urge the Ministry of Justice and all security agencies in the state to see to the strict enforcement of your state open rearing and anti-grazing law under Omituntun 2.0 in addressing the maniacs and reoccurrence of attack on our people by Fulani herders. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to submit.
The leader.
Mr. Speaker, I want to so desire to second the motion. But before I second the motion, let me raise a point of order. My point of order is to suspend Order 8, Rule 46.3 of Oyo State House Rule in order to allow the debate, comment, suggestion, addition in the motion of public urgent importance as moved by Honorable Ogundele. Distinguished colleague, I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion moved by the leader of the House that this House should consider the motion Order 846 sub 3. This matter to be discussed. I so second.
Distinguished members, those in favor that Order 846.3 be suspended in order for us to deliberate on this matter of urgent public importance, say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The leader.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, my name is Honorable Sanjo Adedoyin, the Honorable representing Gonzo South State constituency and the leader of this assembly. Distinguished colleague, permit me to commend my dear brother, Honorable Ogundele Johnson, who came up with this motion of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, this issue of attack by the Fulani herders is becoming a recurring incident every now and then. And it is cutting across every corner of Oyo State. This informed this Honorable House to take a proactive step in order to curb this menace before it continues to be rearing its ugly head from everywhere again. Mr. Speaker, you will agree with me that this Honorable House passed a bill on anti-grazing and grazing regulation in Oyo State. I wonder what has been causing the delay in the enforcement. Please, one house, please. AKT, one house, please. So, Mr. Speaker, I wonder aloud, as many helpless citizens of Oyo State, on what might have caused delay or abandonment of that law wholeheartedly. Mr. Speaker, you agree with me that we put series of efforts on motion before that bill was passed into law. And immediately the bill was passed into law, His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, went straight into action and assented the bill. But what might have caused the enforcement of that bill?
That's the Amotekun.
No, anti-grazing law.
Anti-grazing.
Yes. Now, Mr. Speaker, I want the Committee on Security and the Committee on the Judiciary to do an holistic investigation and invite the Commissioner of Police as well as Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of the state to tell us what are the impediments that has been causing the enforcement of anti-grazing law in Oyo State. Because without enforcing that law, we will be repeating the same thing here. And those people will be killing our people helplessly. We said we want to expand our economy in Oyo State. But now, the farmer cannot go to the farm. The trader cannot go to market. Everybody are now looking for a way of protecting their life from being slaughtered. And yet, on a daily basis, this Mayeti Allah, they are instigating their people to continue slaughtering, to continue attacking. And yet, we fold our hand and we say we are representing our people. The issue may not be just on us if we don't take a proactive step, and it must be taken now. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, for being proactive on several occasions. But it is high time they need to move to the next level. It was instigated, it was mainly the idea of Mr. Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde. Many accolades to him on that one. But they have to take another step now. I want to appeal that the executives should come up, especially across Southwest. They should come up with a security summit and look for a way of better equip Amotekun for the task ahead. The task ahead has gone beyond somebody taking Ibon Apekute, Ibon Apoyad. No, they need to be equipped with sophisticated and modern weapons. And anywhere they need us to come up with better legislation, we are always there for them. Please let them know that. They should come up, Dawn Commission should come up with better solution to all these menace. It is becoming recurring incidents everywhere. Now, the major two incidents we are having in our security is Fulani harassment, and that of kidnapper. And all those things are being perpetuated by the foreigners. So if you don't want all the effort we are putting into place to make Oyo State an economic hub to be in jeopardy, we have to come up with a very good security apparatus. Mr. Speaker, I submit.
Okay, please, let's just, no need to repeat what has been said. If you have something new to say, DS, because we have a lot to do today.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable colleagues. Let me start by thanking Right Honorable Speaker and congratulating you on the visit of speakers from other Southwest states. You will all agree with me that this morning when we received them, they did talk about the issue of security and the issue of kidnapping. And it is becoming rampant by the day. I want to commiserate with my dear brother from Orire on the incident that happened in his constituency. But the fact has to be said here, Right Honorable Speaker. Because the majority that while making a submission did talk about the law that was passed by this House. That's the anti-gracie. You will recall that in that law, there was a room or a section of the law created for that task force, you know. But if we look at it deeply, Right Honorable, you discover that the police are intentionally or they don't want to operate that law simply because they see it as a state law. Meaning that prosecution to properly take place, the police needs to be engaged. So I want to support the motion, the submission of the leader of the House, that they need to call the police into order. Why are they not operating that law at this point in time? Because the law is there. When I know that the chairman's security is there. Recently, there was an issue in Iwajowa or somewhere in Okegun where they invited the Fulani headsmen and Meeti Allah. They came, they spoke, and nothing has come out of it. So, Right Honorable Speaker, the time is now for us to sit tight. The state government is doing its best. Recently, they distributed security vehicles to all the security apparatus in the state. But the laws are there. And thank God tomorrow we are meeting. There's a new law that is coming into town, Right Honorable Speaker, which you have graciously made me the chairman of that committee. The state government is trying to set up another agency, so to say, that will enforce, that will look into enforcement of some of these laws that are in the state that are not functioning. So tomorrow, we are going to look into it, come back and give you a very good response. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You know, in the rule of law, the open grazing was also part of it. So maybe it's something that we can juxtapose. The second resolution is directing the Committee on Security and Strategy to conduct a comprehensive investigation on the matter, interface with the police to get justice for the family of the deceased, other victims being hospitalized at Bowen University, and report to the House. Are there any other matters pending with the Committee on Security before now? Any reports that we're expecting? Well, how many reports? 2 reports we're considering before this one. Have we done any security summits, maybe the zonal security, just to have an idea what's happening in each zone? We're seeking for approval about that. Okay, Honorable Oluwafo coming.
Ones on the floor. You see, we are known for being proactive. Your states and this government being proactive when it comes to matter of security. I will repeat it again, sir. we need to create a Motekun private that people can go and ask for and be paying in their community. Government alone cannot do all these things. Government is shying away from all these things, and people's lives are not safe. Imagine the way people are being attacked in other states. If we have a Motekun private that people can go and employ, they have a referral. The mullahs that we employ don't have any referral. When they see attack, they run away. But Amotekun will have referral. If they are only in that community, they see white hand come to attack them, they will call the referral to come and help them to conquer the attackers. But now every community is now being they will employ some old cargo as night guard. That even if you give him a punch, it will fall down. The other will be crossing the road all over community everywhere. People want that Amotekun private, but it's not anywhere. And nothing bad about that, if we can have it, so that anyone that wants it community go and pay for it, certain amount of money per month to the government to have Amotekun private, and it really enhance our security in the state. And so me, South Africa.
Okay, the leadership of the House would be having a meeting, and we would also set out in the meeting the parameters for all the reports we're expecting from all the House committees. The parameters for the Committee on Security, for example, is we need information. We need to know what the security challenges are in each of the zones, the most common types of security challenge that they have in each of the zones, because each zones face different challenges. For example, this challenge we're talking about is different from the challenge that Honorable Oluwafokomi was just talking about. That's more of an urban challenge compared to a rural challenge that Honorable Gudele just stated in his matter of urgent public importance. So therefore, if we do it zone by zone, we'll be able to at least understand the kind of challenges that we have in different zones. We are going to look into your request, and we'll work on that so that the Committee on Security can sit down with all the security stakeholders, not just security agencies, the stakeholders being the obas, the elders in the community. Some communities have a committee on security that comprises of local vigilantes, Amotekun, the police, they have. So we need to sit down with them, get an idea of what the challenges are in each of the various zones, and then, bring the report to the House. And then with the report, we will now know whether we're going to further deliberate, or we will now know the best action to take on that. So therefore, this will be within your jurisdiction. A motion has been moved. Has it been seconded? A motion has been moved and duly seconded. Those in favor that the resolutions as contained within the matter of urgent public importance as moved by Honorable J.A. Ogudele, representing Orire, be approved by this Honorable House. Say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Next item.
Mr. Speaker, the next item is personal explanation.
No personal explanation.
We are now in the order of the day paper. And the first item in the order of the day paper for this sitting is first reading of Oyo State Consumer Protection Agency Bill 2024. OIHA B/10/11/24. A bill to establish the Oyo State Consumer Protection Agency, provide for the safeguarding of consumer interests, resolution of consumer disputes, and for other related matters. Right Honorable Ihe Ogundoyin, Balapari, Speaker. Honorable Ahem Fadeyi Onara, Deputy Speaker. Honorable Sanjo Onolapo Adedoyin, Women's South, Leader of the House. M.O. Abiola Akinyele, 1. O. Okwarinde Afijio and W.K. Akintayo Oluyole, co-sponsors.
Honorable Ian Fadi. You read the short title. First reading.
First reading, Oyo State Consumer Protection Agency Bill 2024, read for the first time. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, that was the first reading of the Oyo State Consumer Protection Agency Bill 2024, which has just been read for the first time. Before we go on to the next item, it's important that we recognize our plenary. I wish to recognize the presence of the students and the lecturers of the Department of Public Administration, Oyo State College of Agriculture and Technology, Igbora, who are in the gallery to observe the day's plenary proceedings. I urge you to be observant and to be attentive as the deliberation progresses so as to gain maximally from this plenary session. I wish you a happy viewing and journey messages back to your various destinations after the plenary. And also, after the plenary, we can also have pictures downstairs by the car park. Thank you. The next item.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, next item in the order of the paper is second readings of bills. And the bill to be first considered for second reading is Emmanuel and the University of Education or your Amendment Bill 2024. OIHA-B/10/09/24. A bill for a law to provide for the establishment of the Emmanuel and the University of Education or your Amendment Bill 2024 and other matter connected there with Honorable Sanjo Onolapo Adedoyin. One of the Leader of the House, second reading. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, the bill before us this afternoon is to do minor alteration to the principal law of Emmanuel Alayande University. Amendment or alteration this bill intends to effect is to amend section 17 of the principal law, especially 17.3J, where the Ministry of Budget and Planning has to be replaced with Ministry of Finance. And then the amendment to the schedule to the principal law too. Equally, the Ministry of Budget has to be dropped and replaced with Ministry of Finance. That is the minor alteration they will intend to do in order to give the law to the university a whole proactive and effective law. So, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, I want to hold this House to give the bill an accelerated passage. And the bill, I want to say, is to be commended to the Committee on Tertiary Education for further scrutiny. Distinguished colleague, I shall submit.
A motion has been moved. Any seconder? Chief Whip.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, Benga Ekola is my name. I represent Atiba State Constituency. Be committed to the relevant committee of the House. I so second.
A motion has been moved and duly seconded that the Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, Oyo Amendment Bill 2024, be read for the second time and committed to the appropriate committee, which is the committee. Those in favor of this, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, a bill for a law to provide for the establishment of the Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, Oyo, Amendment Bill 2024, and other matters connected therewith is being read. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Distinguished honorable colleagues, the Emmanuel Alayande University of Education Education Oyo Amendment Bill 2024 has now been read for the second time and committed to the House Committee on Education for further deliberation. House Committee on Tertiary Education.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, next item, the order of the paper, is another second reading of B. And the bit we now consider for second reading is Oyo State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development and other matters connected therewith. OIHAB/10/10/24. A bill for a law to provide for the establishment of the Oyo State Agency for Socio-Economic Development and other matters connected therewith. Honorable Sanjo Adedoyin Onolapo, Ogumoto South, Leader of the House, second reading.
Do you have any?
For us is Oyo State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development is aimed at establishing an agency in Oyo State with purpose of promoting and coordinating socio-economic development initiative. The bill seeks to create a framework for mobilizing resources, both human and financial, to address various socio-economic challenges in the state. The purpose of this bill, as provided for in the clause 7.2, is to educate the public on the government program and policies with a view to mobilizing favorable opinion for such program and policy. If the agency is established, it will encourage the public to take part actively and freely in discussing decisions affecting their welfare and the well-being. Mr. Speaker, you will recall that we used to have something we call Mansa during Babangida regime that has been domiciled in all our local governments. DB is replica of that mass mobilization and informative unit. It's just to inform the people of the state on what policy the government is doing or what policy the government intends to do in order to have their feedback. And it is equally an agency that will transmit the feedback of the people government at the top to bring the people closer to the government. And it is something that will bring understanding and more cohesion in the policy activity of the government. It's a way of mobilizing the people to support the government policy. And it's a way to understand what their behalf. So, Mr. Speaker, this thing passing the bill for third reading. It's a bill that will bring an enormous development and cohesion to the state as a whole. So, Mr. Speaker, I recommend the bill to be read for the same time. I submit, Mr. Speaker.
A motion has been moved. Minor.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished police, I rise to second the motion moved by the leader of the House. The Oyo State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development and other matters related to be taken for the second time. I rise to second.
A motion has been moved and duly seconded that the Oyo State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development and other matters connected therewith be read for the second time and be committed to the House Committee on Information and Technology, as is here, Information and ICT for further deliberation. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Oyo State, a bill for a law to provide for the establishment of the Oyo State Mobilization Agency for socio-economic development and other matters connected therewith is being read the second time. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Distinguished members, the Oyo State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development and other matters connected therewith has now been read for the second time and has been committed to the House Committee on Information for further deliberation. Next item.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague. Next item on the order of the day paper is third reading of Magistrate Court Further Amendment B 2023. OYHAB/10/03/23. Presentation of report of Committee on Public Petition, Justice and Judiciary on Magistrate Court Further Amendment B 2023. Honorable A.H. Ogundare Ogoluwasururere, Chairman of the Committee.
Please present the report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name Honorable Abidin Adeoye Ogundare, Honorable representing Ogoluwasurulere State Constituency. Committee reports. Report of the Committee on Public Petition, Justice and Judiciary on Magistrates Courts Further Amendment Bill 2023. Preamble. Pursuant to a resolution of the House on Wednesday, 29th November 2023, that the Committee on Public Petition, Justice and Judiciary to consider Magistrate Courts Further Amendment Bill 2023 and report to the House. Committee met and considered clause by clause. General comment. 1. All typographical errors and have been noted and corrected. 2. Replace law with bills whenever it appears. Recommendations. After a clause-by-clause consideration of the bill, the committee hereby recommends for the approval of the House as follows. Long title. That long title stand part of the bill. Clause 1, amendment proposed, replace 2023 with 2024. Clause 2, that the clause 2 stand part of the bill. Clause 3, that clause 3 stand part of the bill. Clause 4, that clause 4 stand part of the bill. Mr. Speaker, I beg to report.
Leader.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, I rise to move that the report on Magistrate Court Further Amendment B 2023, as submitted by the Chairman of the Committee on Judiciary, Honorable Ogundare Hehe, should be received by this Honorable House. Distinguished colleague, I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion moved by the leader of the House that this House consider the report of the Committee on Petition and Judiciary on the report of the Magistrate Court for the Amendment Bill 2023. I read to second.
Distinguished colleagues, those in favor that the report of the Committee on Public Petitions, Justice and Judiciary on the Magistrates Court's Further Amendment Bill 2023 be received by this Honorable House, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The leader.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, I rise to move that this House do constitute itself to Committee of the Whole for further consideration of the report submitted on Magistrate Court Further Amendment Bill 2023, clause by clause. Distinguished colleague, I so move.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise the whole House to consider the report of the Committee on Public Petition and Judiciary on Magistrate Court Further Amendment Bill 2023. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, those in favor that the House do constitute itself into the Committee of the Whole in order for us to consider this committee reports clause by clause, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. I'm Right Honorable Adebo Edward Ogudoyin, Chairman Committee of the Whole. We shall now be considering this committee reports clause by clause. Call on the Chairman of the committee and his vice to both lead us through these reports clause by clause.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Abidin Adeoye Ogundare, Honorable representing Ogoluwa Surulere, and Chairman, House Committee on Public Petition, Justice and Judiciary. Long title. That long title stand part of the bill.
Honorable Oronupoto Rahman, member representing Oyo East, Oyo West, Vice Chairman, House Committee on Public Petitions, Judiciary and Justice. That long title stand part of the bill, seconded.
Those in favor that the long title stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 1, amended.
Amendment proposed, seconded.
Those in favor that clause 1 be amended and stand part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2, that clause 2 stand part of the bill.
That clause 2 stand part of the bill, seconded.
Those in favor that clause 2 stands part of the bill, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3, that clause 3 stand part of the bill.
That clause 3 stand part of the bill, seconded.
Those in favor that clause 3 stands part of the bill, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4, that clause 4 stand part of the bill.
That clause 4 stand part of the bill, seconded.
Those in favor that clause 4 stands part of the bill, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. This brings us to the end of the consideration of this committee reports clause by clause. Those in favor that the chairman do report back to the House, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Chairman, Committee of the Whole House, that just considered the Magistrates Court Further Amendment Bill 2023. The report goes thus. Consideration of the Magistrates Court Further Amendment Bill 2023. I wish to report as follows, that the long title stands part of the bill, that the clause 1 was amended, clause 2 stands part of the bill, clause 3 stands part of the bill, and that clause 4 stands part of the bill. Honorable colleagues, I hereby report.
Mr. Chairman, Committee of the Whole, distinguished colleague, I rise to move that the report as presented by the Chairman, Committee of the Whole, be accepted and adopted by this honorable House. Distinguished colleague, I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I like to second the motion moved by the leader of the House that this House will consider and accept the report of the committee of the whole House. I like to second.
Those in favor that the House do receive, accept, and adopt the report as tendered by the chairman committee of the whole, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Mr. Speaker, the Senate colleague, I rise to move that the bill, Oyo State Magistrate, Oyo State Magistrate for the Amendment Bill 2023 be read for the first time and passed. The Senate colleague, I so move.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I like to second the motion moved by the leader of the House that this magistrate court further amendment bill 2023 be considered and will be read for the third time. I so second.
Distinguished honorable colleagues, those in favor that the Magistrates Court Further Amendment Bill 2023 be read for the third time, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Oyo State Magistrates Court Further Amendment Bill 2024 is being read the third time. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, that's the third reading of the Magistrates Court Further Amendment Bill 2023, which now has been read for the third time and passed. Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the Senate colleague, I rise to move for the adjournment of this sitting till Thursday, 1st day of February 2024 by 10 a.m. The Senate colleague, I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I like to second the motion moved for the adjournment for the sitting of this plenary to 4th February 2024.
Distinguished colleagues, those in favor that the House adjourn until 1st February 2024 by 10 a.m., say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Well, announcements after adjournment. This is to inform honorable members that the Joint Committee on Finance, Appropriation and Economic Planning and Commerce Cooperative that will be attending. I've already read this one, haven't I? I've read this first one. This next one is to inform honorable members of the Committee on Public Petitions, Justice and Judiciary, and Committee on Special Duties that the two committees would meet with stakeholders to deliberate on Rule of Law Enforcement Bill tomorrow, Wednesday, 31st January 2024, in the room 110, which is the caucus room at 11 a.m. Honorable A.M. Fadeyi, announcer. That is all. You can now adjourn. And it's to stand up.
On that note, the Speaker can rise.